Meet the Chinese Kyrie Irving, Guo Alun. When you look back at the rich history and the massive success that the game of basketball has had throughout many decades in the United States, you would think the majority of basketball fans would exist in America, especially considering the US is home to the NBA. But it is actually China that is littered with basketball fanatics, and perhaps the game is even more popular in China. Now don't get me wrong, I know the most talented and most dominant league in the world is based in the United States, but the people in China are literally obsessed with the game of basketball, maybe even more than the citizens of the United States. Even the commissioner Adam Silver said that there's more basketball being played and watched in China than anywhere else in the world. So I'm pretty sure I got my point across that China embraces basketball just as much as we do. But unfortunately for them, there has never really been great NBA prospects that came out of China, except for maybe Yao Ming, who recently got inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. But other than that, the list is pretty brutal. Historically, most of China's best players who played in the NBA are big men, which include Meng Batir, Yi Jianlian, Zhou Qi, and Wang Jixi, just to name a few. And like I said before, other than Yao Ming, the talent that comes out of China isn't really that impressive. But perhaps there is a Chinese player whose talent and popularity is growing tremendously as we speak. And his name is Guo Alun. Guo Alun is a professional Chinese basketball player who plays for the Liaoning Flying Leopards of the CBA. Back in 2010, when he was just 17 years old at the time, the Chinese Basketball Association began to notice just how good this young man was, with several observers keeping an eye on his talent. And they were so impressed that they had no other choice but to create a clause that allowed him to play professionally for China, even if he was underage. He began his professional career in December of 2010, playing for the Flying Leopards. His debut would consist of 10 points and 2 rebounds for the game, and he would go on to average 10.3 points and 3.1 assists per game for his entire rookie year, which is pretty decent for being just 17 years old. He was selected for the CBA All-Star Rookie Challenge, where he posted an impressive 28 points and 6 assists, and won the MVP for that game. The next season was about the same as his rookie year. Once again, failed to make the playoffs. But then, he finally had his breakout year in the 2012-2013 season, where he took the starting spot at point guard and had major improvements in all categories, as he would average 15.8 points, 4.2 assists, and 2.7 rebounds per game that season. And his team finally made the playoffs, which was something that they rarely experienced before Guo came on the team. But unfortunately, they were eliminated in the first round. But his career continued to take off, as he would put up impressive numbers for the next few seasons, and would advance to the finals 2 consecutive years in a row, but lost both times. But on the bright side, he placed second place in the MVP race, just behind Yi Jianlian in the 2015-16 season. As you can see, Guo has been very successful in the CBA, but his ultimate dream is to play in the NBA. You see, like most of us growing up, Guo developed an NBA addiction as a kid. He would get up very early in the morning so he can watch NBA games on TV. He also bought many NBA magazines and DVDs, and would search the internet for hours trying to watch NBA highlights. And don't just think he would only sit and watch the NBA players. He would hit the gym for hours trying to master the Allen Iverson crossover. Now fast forward to the present day, he still continues to work. In fact, during his CBA off seasons, he travels to the US every summer just to train. And last year, he spent several weeks working out with Rob McClanahan, who also happens to train NBA superstars such as Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, and Kawhi Leonard. And this is what Rob had to say about Guo. He's a relentless worker. He reminded me of Westbrook. He works so hard, and he doesn't understand what time off is. He would go on to say, he is an extremely good ball handler. There is nothing he can't do with the ball. With a polished mid-range game and the ability to finish strong at the rim, he can play in the NBA. Now, if somebody who trains Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry says that he believes Guo can play in the NBA, then that has to be good news and a massive confidence booster for Guo. In China, his popularity continues to rise rapidly, with his likability, talented skills, and crazy ball handling. I wouldn't be surprised if the fans over there in China treated him as their very own Kyrie Irving. Oh, and I forgot to mention that he happened to become the very first international player to ever sign with Jordan Brand and get his very own Jordan signature sneaker. Yeah, this guy is on his way to big things. He says he will continue to play in China until he feels ready for the NBA. He's already made multiple CBA All-Star teams and is looking to take the next step. But for now, we will just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and feel free to leave a comment down below as well. And don't forget to subscribe.